Family only in the front rows, my aunt whispered as she blocked my path to my own mother's casket. My brother pointed to the hallway like I was a distant cousin, not her daughter. I stood there holding my breath, smelling the heavy mix of lily and old carpet, while strangers took the seats meant for me. Then a tall man in a dark suit stepped inside, scanned the room, and said clearly, "I'm looking for Olivia Bennett. My name is Olivia Bennett." I'm 37 years old, and I never thought I would be treated like an outsider at my own mother's funeral. I'm a registered nurse at a county hospital. I work long shifts, double weekends, and I've always been the dependable one. Growing up, I was the quiet daughter. My older brother was the one everyone praised. When Mom got sick, I drove her to chemo, paid for groceries, and slept in stiff hospital chairs while machines beeped through the night. My brother handled what he called the big decisions. After she passed, I thought grief would pull us together. Instead, it showed me exactly where I stood. I'm not rich or flashy, but I have patience. And I keep records. If you've ever been pushed aside by your own family, subscribe. If you know what it feels like to give everything and still be treated like you don't belong, you're not alone. Share your story below. Click like or hype if you've ever been underestimated. Now let me tell you what happened next. At the funeral home, my aunt smiled at guests and avoided my eyes. When I tried to sit near the front, she said, "Immediate family sits here." I said quietly, "I am immediate family." My brother stepped forward. "Don't make this harder. Sit in the hallway." People heard. I felt heat crawl up my neck. I sat on a metal folding chair near the coat rack while strangers filled the front rows. During the eulogy, my brother spoke about how he handled everything for Mom. He never mentioned the nights I stayed with her or the bills I paid. Halfway through the service, the funeral director bent down and whispered to him. A few seconds later, the man in the suit looked toward the hallway and asked, "Is Olivia Bennett here?" Every head turned to me. Months before Mom passed, my brother insisted on managing her finances. "It's easier if one person handles it," he said. I believed him. Later, I found out he changed passwords and locked me out. When I asked why, he said, "You don't understand this stuff." At dinners he would laugh and tell relatives, "Olivia's emotional. I'm practical." They nodded like that explained everything. When I suggested another medical opinion, he snapped, "Stop pretending you know better." I stayed quiet for Mom. Then he planned the funeral without asking me. I learned the date from a group text. When I questioned costs, he said, "I've got it covered." But the numbers didn't add up. Receipts were higher than her savings. They thought grief made me blind. It didn't. What they didn't know was that I kept copies of everything. Hospital bills, transfers I made when Mom's account ran low, emails where my brother asked me to cover expenses because he was tight that month, bank statements showing withdrawals I never approved. I didn't confront him while she was alive. She needed peace. After she passed, I reviewed every line. Patterns showed up fast. Money moved in ways that felt wrong. I saved it all in a folder on my laptop labeled "just in case." And that man in the suit was not random. He was connected to the one person my brother never thought I would contact. He introduced himself as Mr. Harlan, my mother's attorney for over 20 years. His voice was calm but firm. "I need to speak with Olivia," he said. My brother tried to step between us. "You can tell me." Mr. Harlan shook his head. "This concerns her directly. Weeks earlier, I had emailed him quietly after noticing strange withdrawals. He had started reviewing the accounts without telling my brother. My brother walked around like he owned everything. Sure, the will gave him full control. Relatives whispered that I should let it go and stop causing tension. They believed I had already been pushed aside for good. They had no idea the lawyer had found gaps, missing amounts, and transfers that pointed straight back to my brother. 2 days later, we sat in Mr. Harlan's office for the will reading. The room smelled like leather and old paper. My brother leaned back, confident. The lawyer listed the estate assets, calm and steady. Then he stopped. "There are addendums and concerns," he said. He placed printed bank records on the table and pointed to withdrawals made during Mom's illness. My brother stiffened. "Are you accusing me?" he asked. "I'm presenting facts," Mr. Harlan replied. Then he looked at me. "Olivia, Your mother updated her will 3 months before her passing. My brother's smile faded. The updated will name me co-executor with full authority to review all financial actions. It included a handwritten letter from Mom saying she knew who had truly stood by her. Silence filled the room. Mr. Harlan explained that an investigation into the missing funds would begin immediately. For the first time, my brother had no control. The same relatives who told me to sit in the hallway could not meet my eyes. The shame moved across the table. It no longer belonged to me. The investigation confirmed irregular withdrawals. My brother was ordered to repay the estate. I chose not to press criminal charges, but I made it clear that boundaries were set. I organized a small private memorial for Mom with people who truly loved her. This time I sat in the front row without asking permission. I learned something hard but freeing. Blood does not promise loyalty. Respect must be earned. And being sent to the hallway does not mean you stay there. Have you ever been pushed aside at a family event that should have included you? Have you trusted someone with money only to find out they misused it? Share your story in the comments. Subscribe if you refuse to be erased. Click hype to help this story reach someone who needs courage today. Standing up for yourself is not easy, but it matters. If this story helped you feel seen, subscribe and join our community. Let me know by clicking hype. And tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing how far these stories travel.